as a summary of what we did, we introduced the concept of artificial intelligence. We saw what it is. We provided some definitions, very simple definitions. These are a very huge domain of applications in technology, in computer science and the other areas. Today, the usage of technology is really in anything you can imagine. We learned also how to create an account. If you don't have an account, it's really very important to be a current student. So you take advantage of technologies to enhance your skills, to enhance your access to the information, access to the knowledge that others also provided. It's like reading books, it's like reading journals. So here we are not saying you to stop reading other resources. You have to read other resources. And remember one thing, your lecturers will always tell you, and they are doing it, you have to cite in your assignment. You need to provide the references. But what you are getting from ChatGPT, there is no references. Yeah, because the system doesn't give that. The system generates that text the way it was explained before. So avoid at all means just to copy and paste. It doesn't work like that. You are not going to get the references because ChatGPT will not give you the references. Another thing that you learned was how actually to use this application to ask questions. So we have seen really very interesting things that Maria explained. She introduced to you the Feynman technique. This one is very important. You are getting answers from the system. Maybe that may be similar to what you are getting from your lecturer. You can ask the system to provide even more explanation, to consider you as a learner in grade 8, while you are in third year at NAS, or you are doing masters or even a PhD. So when you do that, when you use the Feynman technique, you ask the system to break down everything in the concept that you want to understand. So another one is the mental mapping. This will help you to connect things, and is very important. And sometimes in different lectures, sometimes you will not get an opportunity to see how things connect. You get the information, but you don't see how things connect. So this will be an opportunity for this application to connect the things, different things that will help you to understand very well. So what we are saying today at NAST, students should not fail. But if I say that, is from you, the student. You need to do everything you can in order to understand, to take ownership of that knowledge you acquired. You make sure that you understand it through what we call knowledge deepening. And you use the knowledge that you acquired to create new knowledge in order to solve problems. So this is something else that we'll discuss in future webinars on how learning takes place. If you don't go through that process, it means you didn't learn, and you will not be able to develop the competencies. Remember the graduate outcomes that NAST has determined for every student to develop before to graduate. When you graduate, you have those competencies. So when you have competencies, it means you are ready for work. And you will see that many organizations, they don't want a student to memorize things. They want you with a certain experience in what you learned. So the problem is, how are you going to acquire those competencies? is through activities that will be generated by your lecturers, is also through asking something like ChatGTP at what we call visualization exercises. This is what Maria explained, where you can ask the system to give you a question related to what you are busy learning. You can also create questions for yourself. If you look the learning outcomes start with the action verbs. So those action verbs, if you look at very carefully, this can be questions. If the learning outcomes is, for example, not the learning outcomes, if is explain technology innovation, you can see that is a question already. You ask yourself, am I able to explain that? Or analyze something. You can ask yourself, am I able to analyze? So you as a student, you can yourself assess yourself. You can ask questions. The questions that you cannot answer, you can go to the AI to ask some inspiration, to ask things that you don't understand well that you learned. But please avoid to copy and paste what you got in AI results into your assignment. That is not right. Yeah, but you can use AI just to get inspiration, to get more explanation to what you didn't understand. So this is what we decided to provide you today. So the takeaways are three things. First, to understand what AI is all about. So we share with you this PowerPoint. You will also go to dig deeper in order to get more explanation about what we spoke about today, because it's a very large domain of application. The second one was how to create an account. And another takeaway, how to use effectively this application, which is ChatGPT, to enhance your understanding, to get more information that you can utilize to come up with, at the end of the day, a competence in a specific area. Okay, so the next one that we'll get, will discuss about the graduate outcomes, because that's where the secret resides. You as a student, when you leave NAST, you need to acquire those competencies. And those competencies is what industries are looking for. Because when NAST develop programs, industries are invited. They are part of the panels that develop, evaluate, and validate the programs developed by different departments, different faculties at NAST. So if you don't acquire those competencies, you will really get problems to get employment or to be effective in the work you are doing. So let's give you an opportunity to ask some questions if you have some, and they will also respond. And after this, I will give you a site, a web page, a link that you are going to use to sign that you attended this workshop. So I will forward it to you via your emails, so that you will just indicate to us that you attended this webinar. And they will use, those who attended will provide other additional information. So let us give you an opportunity to ask questions. If there is any question,